From Lou Rattino Gymnasium on the campus of Union High School in Union, New Jersey, Stateliner Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. This morning it is the semifinal round of the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics Region 4 tournament. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of today's semifinal round. Phillipsburg Wrestling is brought to you on the Stateliner Sports Network by Rothman Orthopedics, proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit rothmanortho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Buxton Athletic Training Center in Randolph, New Jersey, for all of your wrestling training needs year-round. World-class coaching and top-notch wrestlers of all ages. Follow them on Instagram at Buxton Athletics and on Facebook at Buxton Athletic Training Center. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pburg HS Wrestling. WRESTLIN. Wrestlers are concluding their warm-ups, and we're about 8 minutes or so away from getting into the semifinals. Phillipsburg is leading the way, number 2 in semifinalists. Seton Hall Prep has 6 to lead the way. Phillipsburg and St. Peter's each have 5. And then we have 4 each for Bridgewater, Rahway, Roselle Park, Watchung Hills, and Westfield. We have 2 each for Bound Brook, Cranford, Linden, Middlesex Dunellen, New Providence, and Voorhees, and 1 each for A.L. Johnson, Brearley, Carteret, Colonia, Ridge, Scotch Plains, Somerville, and St. Joe's Metuchen. The Stateliners also have 6 still alive in the consolations. Cranford leads there with 7. 5 for Westfield. 4 for Plainfield and St. Peter's. 3 for Bound Brook, Governor Livingston, Ridge, and Watchung Hills. 2 for Bernards, Elizabeth, Rahway, Seton Hall Prep, and 1 each for Brearley, J.P. Stevens, North Plainfield, Scotch Plains, and Somerville. Here's how we will line up in the semifinals today. At 106 pounds, it'll be Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko, the top seed, against the 4 seed Kevin Beck of Middlesex Dunellen. Bottom half of the bracket, Nick Colello of Watchung Hills. The 3 seed facing the 2, Kaylin Francois of Rahway. 113, Brandon Bowles of Scotch Plains, the 3. Gabe Leo of Roselle Park, the 2. Top half of the bracket is the 1, Pat Phillips of Brearley, and Quinn Gimblett, the 5 from Westfield. 120, top half, Pat Adams of St. Peter's Prep. He'll face Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall Prep. Bottom half of the bracket, the top half of the bracket, Luke Hurley of Westfield, the 1, and Chris Dalmew of Rahway, he's the 5. 126, the top seed is Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park, facing the 5, Nick Sacco of Bridgewater. Bottom half of the bracket, the 2, C.J. Composto of Westfield, and the 3, Sean Rendiro, St. Peter's Prep. 132, the top, the number 1, Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park against the 5, Connor Decker of Seton Hall Prep. Bottom half of the bracket, Phillipsburg's Travis Jones, the 2, against Xavier Pena of Bound Brook, he's the 3. 138, the top half, the 1, Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg against the 5, Cole Carroll of Seton Hall Prep. Bottom half, the 3, Troy O'Connor of Middlesex Dunellen facing the 7, Derek Zalesnik of St. Joe's Metuchen. 145, the top, Rise Royster of Rahway. The 1 facing the 4, Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park. Bottom half, the 2, Matt Sacco of Bridgewater against the 3, Connor Halpin of Cranford. 152, the 1, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg facing the 4, Tom Kellner of St. Peter's Prep. Bottom half, the 2, AJ Bensavega of Cranford against the 3, Jack Wilt of Seton Hall Prep. 160, the top, Joe DeLea of New Providence against Frank Medina of Watchung. That's the 1 and the 4. The 2, Jacob Vega of Carteret. The 3, Alex Dorse of Linden. 170, the top, James Cruz of St. Peter's. The 1, facing the 4, Mike Massa of Seton Hall Prep. 170, bottom half, Vince Mataliano of Watchung Hills. The 3 against Mike Winchak of Bridgewater. The 2. 182, John Poznansky of Colonia. The 1, facing the 4, Mike Afalabi of Linden. Bottom half, the 2, Brett McMath of Bridgewater against the 3, Tim Miller of Westfield. 195, the top, Sebastian Ayakakevich of Johnson facing the 13, John Duza of Watchung Hills. Bottom half, Phillipsburg's Austin Roth, the 2, facing the 3, Andrew Diodado of Somerville. 220, the top, Nick Colucci of St. Peter's. The 1, facing the 4, Jake Hendershot of Ridge. Bottom half, Sam Huff of Voorhees. The 2, against Joshua Durisme of Rahway. He's the 3. 285, the top, Luis Fernandez of Voorhees. The 1, facing the 4, Nadim El Marouki of New Providence. The 2, Jervy Sistrunk of Bound Brook will face the 3, Nick Diakovides of Seton Hall Prep. So that's how they will line them up. Right now they have cleared the mats, and the wrestlers and coaches are amassed behind us as they will get their permissions to go out onto the mats. In this semifinal round, there are 31 seniors, 11 juniors, 13 sophomores, 2 freshmen. All of the top seeds have made it. 13 of the 2s, all 14 3s, 8 4s, 5 5s, 1 7, and 1 13. The top seed will meet the 4 8 times. Top seed will meet the 5 5 times. 2 and 3 are going to meet 13 out of the 14 times. 2 and 3 and a 7 are going to meet once, and we have a number 1 versus a number 13 in the semifinals this afternoon. There are seniors will meet seniors 10 times, seniors will meet juniors 6 times, seniors will meet sophomores 6 times. There's 1 matchup of juniors, 3 matchups of juniors against sophomores, 1 all sophomore matchup, and 2 times sophomores will face freshmen. There are only 2 freshmen in the semifinals as we begin this morning. So there are 4 mats. They will be wrestling the semifinals on mats 1 and 2. And our understanding is that they have run the tournament previously. They will wrestle the entire weight class before moving on to another. So 3 bouts finished, but 1 bout overtime, whether it's in the semifinals or the consolations. It's our understanding that they will wait until they were all completed. So we're getting set as the wrestlers, as you can see, moving out towards the mats. And they are asking everyone to rise here at Lou Rotino Gymnasium, as we'll have the playing or the singing of our national anthem. That is still some Frank Sinatra you hear in the background. The wrestlers have warmed up to that. We were greeted by Frank Sinatra when we came into the gymnasium this morning. And that is not, they do not have Frank on tape with the national anthem. Our national anthem from Lou Rattino Gymnasium in Union, New Jersey. Lou Rattino, football coach here at Union, a very successful football coach who won 10 sectional titles, passed away from stomach cancer back in 1996. So Logan Matsko will be on mat 1, and I'm going to have to stand to bring this to you. It's to look over top of some coaches. So Logan Matsko and Kevin Beck of Middlesex Dunellen. And Bob will be keeping an eye on Nick Colello of Watchung Hills and Kalen Francois of Rahway on mat. Now they're going to be on, so the semifinals are on 1 and 3, fellas, 1 and 3. So we'll be watching Matsko on 1, diagonally across the way from us. He is in the state liner predominantly white singlet with garnet and gray trim. He'll have the red band on. And Beck of Middlesex, the 4 seed, will have the green band. That's a black and blue singlet. So Matsko and Beck set to go, underway here at 106, circling each other to the left. The winner be in the finals and punching their ticket to Atlantic City and the States with a minimum second place finish. Matsko dives in on the left leg, picks that up and has a takedown. Matsko on top, 2-0. State liner sophomore is a District 13 champion and the top seed. Bars the right arm on Beck, left hand tight waist. Beck stands, Matsko cuts him. It's 2-1 and we'll work takedowns again. Back pedal to the center. Matsko got a quick single leg takedown. Dives in a double. Beck tries to post the arm, the right wrist of Matsko. Matsko breaks out of that. Beck trying to, now Matsko got in on a double. Trying to drop Beck down to his hip. Near the edge of the mat. Matsko trying to come out the back door, turn into Beck, and Matsko has the takedown. State liner sophomore on top, 4-1, and they are off the mat. 2 takedowns for Matsko. Beck will get set, hands and knees. Matsko left hand tight waist. Beck tries to switch, now he stands, pries those hands apart. Beck has an escape, And it's 4-2 Matsko. Working takedowns with under 30 seconds to wrestle in the first. They tie up right in the center. Final 10 seconds as Matsko reaches for the left leg, can't pull it in. Now trying to spin around behind Beck. And the first period ends with Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg on top, 4-2.
Another bout at 106. Nick Colello for Watchung Hills as a takedown and will be getting back points against Kevin Francois of Rahway near the end of the first period.
Matsko defers and Beck taking down to start the second. Beck is set. Stands. Matsko on the mat return to his knees. Beck tries to stand again. Left hand 5 pry by Matsko. Breaks down Beck right in the center of that Union mat. Matsko trying to tilt. 1 count, 2, 3, 4. Matsko works the hazard tilt and will have a couple of back points coming. There's the back points awarded. Matsko on top, 6-2. Riding out the right side. Wants a half Nelson from the left side. Beck trying to pick that off. Beck to his knees. Matsko has the right arm barred. And a strong left hand tight waist. It's that right arm barred, weight high on the back of Beck, trying to drive the bar, turn Beck to his left. Matsko keeps that weight high on his back. 45 seconds to wrestle here in the second. And Matsko wanted to tilt him to his right. Keeps that bar. Matsko's been in control here in the second. After giving up 2 first period escapes, Beck tries to stand. Matsko brings him back down. Again, keeps that weight high in his back, trying to walk the bar over to his left. With under 20 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Matsko keeping that weight high on the back of Beck. We're under 10 seconds to go. And Logan Matsko will ride out the second. He's ahead 6-2 after 2.
Watchung Hills' Nick Colello leading 5-0 with a 5-point play in the first period over Kellen Francois of Rahway. Francois, the 2 seed, he is riding with a minute to go in the second period.
Matsko chooses neutral in the third. Matsko, a Hurricane Tournament 8th place finisher, 5th in the 100 in Sussex Warren. He has 48 career wins. 2-time district champion. Tries to snap down on the head of Beck. Front head and arm now by Matsko. As he sprawls, Beck was looking for a barrel roll. Beck trying to get in on double. Matsko reaches back with a whizzer. Keeps that whizzer in at the edge of the mat. And they are off no advantage with 1:31 to go in the bout. And some injury time is rolling for Kevin Beck of Middlesex.
Kellen Francois still riding in the second period, just 40 seconds to go here. He is trailing 5-0 to Nick Colello of Watchung Hills. Colello chose down but has not come close to escaping from Francois.
Still attending to Kevin Beck.
Colello will try again as they go back to the center with 30 seconds to go to break free. He chose down here in the second period. Colello of Watchung Hills. Francois has been riding him out, though. They've gone off the mat several times, but Colello trying with a switch, but has not been able to come close as he goes to face and use a whizzer to try to get away. And Francois still riding. 20 seconds to go, period number 2.
All right, Beck has used just about a minute of his injury time. And we'll get set back to go here at 106. Minute 31 to go in the bout. Wrestlers are neutral. Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko leading 6-2. Matsko with 2 takedowns and a tilt for his 6. Beck has a pair of escapes. Beck was 3rd in District 15 and 5th in the Greater Middlesex tournament. They are off the mat neutral at a minute 9. Matsko adjusts right knee pad. Now he's set. Beck has to be the aggressor here, trailing 6-2. Dives in on the left leg of Matsko. Matsko sprawls, trying to pick that off at the elbow. Does. We're under a minute to go in the bout. No stalling warnings. Matsko tries to circle at the edge, circles back in, looking for a cradle. Still spinning around. Matsko spins to his left, dumps Beck down to his hip, hooks a leg. Still no advantage here. 30 seconds to go in the bout. Matsko draped over top. Stalemate's called with 23 seconds to go. Matsko's in on the left leg and has a takedown. Matsko with the takedown goes up 8-2. Under 10 seconds to go. So Logan Matsko, the Stateliner sophomore, has punched his ticket to Atlantic City. An 8-2 decision for the top seed from Phillipsburg at 106 pounds.
No change here in score at 106. Still Nick Colello of Watchung Hills, the 3 seed, up 5-0. He's riding here in the 3rd period with a minute 14 to go. Kellen Francois of Rahway chose bottom to start the 3rd period and has been working, obviously, to get free. Francois rode out Colello in the 2nd period as Francois tries to use a switch to come out, and Colello following behind, running a bit parallel as he tries to work a lever. And it's a stalling warning there on Colello for that parallel ride. Down to 53 seconds to go in the bout. 5-0 for Colello. Second place finisher in District 15. Francois the winner. He was a 6-5 winner in the district championship over Colello in sudden victory. Colello's been working on that 5-0 lead since the 1st period as he's riding from behind again. He's got a stalling warning, splits the legs. Looking to scissor those legs back behind, but he's staying behind, staying conservative as Francois tries to switch, and then is turned back to belly down. 25 seconds to go. There's a stalling call against Colello. That's a point for Francois. They'll make it 5-1 as they go back to the center with 21 seconds to go. Colello having points to give as he traps that leg and stays behind with an underhook and a tight waist. Now levering the arm as Francois tries to roll through. Blocked by Colello. Colello's staying at hip up, and Francois now comes around for 2 on the reversal. That'll make it 5-3, but just 3 seconds to go. And that'll be it. So a 5-3 win. Nick Colello reverses Kellen Francois from the district final a week ago. And Colello advances at 106 to face Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko.
And just confirming what we thought, they will hold each weight class. So that the Colello and Francois bout was the only one left to be wrestled. And we'll try to keep an eye on Stateliners in the quarterfinals, but you may hear in the background the public address kind of blaring, and it's difficult to at least difficult for me to pick up, and we have to keep our eye on the semifinals. So it'll be a while before we get any consolation results. We will try to keep an eye on state liners. So at 1:13, I will be watching James Leo of Roselle Park. And that is on mat 1. And we've got a takedown for, I believe that's Bowles of Scotch Plains with the takedown. And a 2-0 lead as they go off across the, or near the edge of the mat. Now they go off across the way. Yeah, so Scotch Plains and Bowles with a 2-0 lead on the takedown. Bob's watching the top seed, Pat Phillips of Brearley, Quinn Gimblett of Westfield. Now we have to watch semifinals, watching the semifinal match. Half Nelson put in by Bowles. And we'll try to keep an eye on Day on, he's on mat 4. James Day of Phillipsburg Wrestling in his consolation on mat 4. So Bowles leading 2-0. Leo tries to stand. Bowles brings him back down. "40 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Bowles, the District 16 champ. Third in this year's Union County tournament. 21-2 on the season. Leo, a senior, 28-6 as they go off. He's the 2 seed, the District 13 champion. Leo getting set. Right hand tight waist. Leo stands. Bowles brings him back down. Leo tries to roll. Bowles stays right with him. A 4-1 lead in that consolation after 1 for the state liners, James Day. Bowles with a high wrist rides out the first period. The Scotch Plains sophomore ahead 2-0 after 1.
Yeah, the bout at 1:13. Top seed Pat Phillips of Brearley has a 2-0 lead over Quinn Gimblett of Westfield. They have ended the first period.
And we're going to get a little injury time for Gabe Leo of Roselle Park.
Well, Phillips is out to start the second period, having escaped, so he's now up 3-0 over Gimblett of Westfield.
And we're showing you James Day of Phillipsburg riding at this point. Ahead 6-2 in the second while we have the injury time on mat 1. All right, we have injury time is used by Leo. Now we'll get set. Bowles tried to stand. Leo chopping at that right wrist. Bowles stands. Down to a sitting position by Leo. Picks up on Leo. Bowles has Leo's left leg, and that stopped potentially dangerous. And now he will cut him. Leo cuts Bowles. Bowles on top, 3-0 in the second. Bowles tries to reach for an ankle, then Leo spins behind, picks up the left leg, trips with the right, and Leo has a takedown. Cuts it to 3-2 as they go off the mat. And Leo will cut Bowles. On the escape, it's 4-2. So they each have a takedown. Bowles has a pair of escapes. Leo, the District 13 champ and a county runner-up at the edge of the mat. They will get a takedown. Tying takedown for Leo. He's up 4-4. tied 4-4. And with 1:19 to go, he will cut Bowles. Bowles leading 5-4. So Leo now more confident on his feet. After 2, Phillipsburg's James Day leads in his consolation 6-2. Off they go back to the center at 1:03 to go here in the second.
Top seed Pat Phillips leading 5-0 over Quinn Gimblett in the other bout at 113.
Leo tried an arm drag, now tries a shrug. He is in on the double and has a takedown. Leo's third takedown. He now has a 6-5 lead. Or did they wave that off? Nope, they gave it to him. 6-5, and then he's going to cut Bowles. It's 6-6. No, he will not cut him. Bowles stands. Mat return. Bowles with a switch attempt. Leo maintaining control. Bowles still trying to switch at the edge. Bowles blocking him off. Has hands locked behind the right knee. Picks up that leg. Now he has to come up. He's had both legs. Has to come up. Bowles stands. Now Bowles has the escape. Match is tied at 6. 20 seconds to wrestle in the second. Leo has maintained the edge here on his feet. 3 takedowns in the second. Stateliners James Day leading 6-2 with under a minute to go in his consolation. 15 seconds to go here in a 6-6 match in the second. Stalling warning on Bowles as Leo has the left leg, picks it up with 3 seconds, got the takedown with 2, and Bowles goes on top after 2, 8-6. 4 takedowns in the second period for Gabe Leo of Roselle Park. And he's going down to start the third. James Day has an 8-2 lead with under 20 seconds to go in his consolation. Leo stands. On all fours at the moment. 8-2 win for James Day of Phillipsburg in his consolation. So Day advances. There's an escape for Leo as they go off, and Leo is on top 9-6 in the third.
Top seed Pat Phillips continues to ride with 20 seconds to go in the second period. He's up 5-0 over Quinn Gimblett of Westfield.
More injury time rolling this time for Brandon Bowles of Scotch Plains.
Pat Phillips riding for Brearley. He's in the blue singlet with the yellow B as we just had the end of the second period. This one went a little long as Pat Phillips had a lot of blood time in the second period. They will go neutral to start the third. Phillips of Brearley, the top seed, up 5-0.
So James Day would have one more consolation to win and then assure himself of at least a top 6 finish. Remember, top 4 advance to Atlantic City. Minute and a half to go in the 113 semi between Brandon Bowles of Scotch Plains trailing Gabe Leo of Roselle Park 9-6. Bowles reaches for Leo's left leg, can't get it, and they're off. The only stalling warning is on Bowles. He's in the Scotch Plains blue, white trim. Shrugged by Leo, blocked off by Bowles. Wrestlers on their feet. Duck under by Bowles is blocked off by Leo. Leo shrugs him and has takedown number 5. Leo, the 2 seed, now on top 11-6. Riding out the left side, and they are off the mat with 50 seconds to wrestle.
Result, 113-pound consolation. Winner by major decision, Felix Latini, St. Peter's Prep. Score, 10-0.
Leo continues to ride. Coming up on 35 seconds to go here in the bout. Leo trailed this one 3-0 after the start of the second. And he has outscored Brandon Bowles 11-3 since that point. Under 30 seconds to go here in the bout. Bowles underneath. He's the District 16 champ. Leo, the District 13 champ. And he would be the second from District 13 to be in the finals, along with Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko. Bowles stands. Leo has the left leg up in the air, trips, and they're off the mat with 14 seconds to wrestle.
Pat Phillips about to win on the other mat. He's up 9-0 with just 3 seconds to go. Phillips, the top seed from Brearley, a 9-0 winner over Quinn Gimblett of Westfield.
And we're under 10 seconds to go in the only bout left here at 113. And that is Gabe Leo of Roselle Park. So it'll be 1 and 2 in the final there, an 11-6 decision for Gabe Leo. So Phillips and Leo in the finals at 113. That's Brearley and Roselle Park. All right, at 120, I'll be watching Luke Hurley of Westfield and Chris Dalmew of Rawway. So we'll stay on mat 1. Dalmew of Rawway is in the red. Hurley of Westfield in the blue. Here at 120. Hurley's the top seed. He's a junior, 34-2. The District 14 champ. He's in on the left leg of Dalmew. Dalmew's the District 15 champ, the 5 seed. Hurley keeps that left leg. Phillipsburg's Joe Inamorato is wrestling in a consolation on mat number 4. We'll try to keep one eye on that for you. There's the takedown for Hurley. He leads 2-0, and they go off the mat in front of the scorer's table across the way. Hurley's a junior, 34-2. Dalmew is a junior, 28-3. Dalmew is set. Hurley left hand tight waist. Breaks him down right in the center of that Union mat. Riding out the right side. Controlling the right wrist of Dalmew. Weight up high on the back. Left hand, strong left hand tight waist. Hurley, a region champ right here a year ago, and he's a Union County champ who is 35-7 a year ago. Tries to work a tilt. Got tight waist and the right wrist. Trying to tilt Dalmew to his left. Inamorato, no score with 34 seconds to go in the first. Hurley continuing to ride. He has the right arm of Dalmew barred. Again, keeps that weight on him. Inamorato just scored a takedown. He's on top 2-0. Hurley with 5 seconds to go. Hurley of Westfield rides out the first, leading Dalmew of Rawway 2-0.
Yeah, they're about at 120, 10 seconds to go in the first period. No score between Pat Adams of St. Pete and Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall.
2-0 Inamorato after 1. Hurley won the disc flip, chose down. Dalmew will cut him in the second. Hurley's on top 3-0. Westfield coached by Glenn Kurz, the Westfield Blue Devils. And the Rawway Indians. 15 seconds into the second. Working takedowns. Hurley got one a little less than midway through the first and rode out Dalmu. Hurley's in on the left leg and barrel rolls for a takedown. Hurley on top, 5-0. Dalmu finished second in the Union County tournament to Hurley. Dalmu out of District 14, Dalmu out of 15, Hurley out of 14. District 13 not in the championship bracket here anymore. Dalmu getting set underneath. 1 minute to go in the second in the consolation with Innamorato of Phillipsburg leading 2-0. Hurley will cut Dalmu. It's 5-1. Circle each other to the left. Hurley with 2 takedowns and an escape to an escape for Dalmu. Hurley ties up the left wrist of Dalmu as they hand fights, tries to snap down. 40 seconds to wrestle. They go off at 38. There's a takedown for Innamorato and an escape. The state liner freshman leading 4-1 in his consolation with under 10 seconds to go in the second. Barrel roll by Hurley, and he finishes that with 17 seconds to go after the stalling warning on Dalmu. The takedown for Hurley makes it 7-1 and a very nice barrel roll. And he will ride out the second, 7-1 Hurley.
At 120, Pat Adams of St. Peter's scored a reversal near the end of the second period. He's up 2-0 over number 2 seed Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall. They'll be on their feet for the third.
Phillipsburg's Joe Innamorato has reversed, or he has not been awarded the points yet, but he's ahead 4-1 and in good position here in the third. And we're working takedowns in the semi with Hurley of Westfield in the blue. Dalmu, there's the reversal for Innamorato. He's up 6-1. He's got 1:20 to go in the third period in his bout, in his consolation. Dalmu and Hurley are off the mat with 1:33 to wrestle. Circle each other to the left. Hurley has 3 takedowns and an escape. Dalmu with an escape. Front head and arm. And they break apart. Down to 1:10 to go. Dalmu tried to spin around at the edge and he's blocked off. They'll go back to the center. 45 seconds left in the Innamorato bout. The state liner freshman's ahead 6-2. Hurley and Dalmu circle. Break apart. Dalmu has to be the aggressor here, trailing 7-1. Takedown for Innamorato. He leads at 8-2. There's Hurley spinning around for a takedown. Hurley leads 9-1. Innamorato will win his consolation 8-2. So Phillipsburg is 2 for 2 in consolations. Hurley with under 10 seconds, riding out the right side, ahead 9-1. Trying to tilt. That'll be a 9-1 final for Luke Hurley, the top seed from Westfield over Chris Dalmu of Rahway. And we'll go to mat 3.
17 seconds to go now with Pat Adams of St. Peter's riding. He has a 5-2 lead with 4 seconds to go over Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall Prep. And it's a 5-2 win for Pat Adams. He's the 3 seed, upsetting Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall, the 2 seed. So Pat Adams advances at 120.
So Westfield and Seton Hall Prep, the finalists at 120. All right, at 126, I'll be watching the top seed, Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park. That was at St. Peter's, not Seton Hall Prep, correct? St. Peter's, not Seton Hall.
Correct. Pat Adams of St. Peter's.
Score 5-2.
We still have a consolation going on mat number 2, so that will hold up the start of the semifinal at 126. But quickly recapping for you, at 106, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, an 8-2 decision over Kevin Beck of Middlesex Dunellen. That consolation bout is over. 113, Pat Phillips of Brearley, 9-0 over Quinn Gimblett of Westfield. And Gabe Leo of of Roselle Park, 11-6 over Brandon Bowles of Scotch Plains. 120, Luke Hurley of Westfield, 9-1 over Chris Dalmew of Rahway. And Pat Adams of St. Peter's Prep, 5-2 over Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall Prep. All right, at mat 1, I'll be watching Eddie Hummel. Hummel from Roselle Park, a sophomore, 32-4. Nick Sacco of Bridgewater, he's in the black. Sacco of Bridgewater is in the black. He is a sophomore, 29-7. 15 seconds in, no advantage here at 126. Bob will be watching Sean Rendiro of St. Peter's Prep. CJ Composto of Westfield. In on a double is Hummel of Roselle Park, trying to come out the back door. Turns, he has the left leg high in the air on Sacco, trips with the right. Can he get a knee to the mat or hand to the mat? He gets the takedown as they go off, and Bridgewater coaches don't like that call at all, and now it was waved off. No takedown with Hummel and Sacco. Circle each other to the right. We're 15 seconds in. And Matt Judge there helping out, saying like no control while still in bounds. Trying to get in on a double that time is Hummel. Hummel has the takedown as they go off. Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park in front 2-0. Nick Sacco of Bridgewater underneath. He's the 3rd place finisher in District 14, the 5 seed. Hummel, the top seed, will give Sacco an escape. It's 2-1, and then Hummel gets in on that double again and has the takedown. Hummel on top, 4-1. His 2nd takedown, and now he will surrender and escape. 4-2. Working takedowns. $20 seconds to wrestle here in the first. State Liners Bryce Parenti is in action. He's leading 2-1 in his consolation. Final 10 seconds, trying to spin around to the left is Hummel. Has the takedown with 2 seconds to go, and Hummel leads 6-2 after 1.
2 seed CJ Composto with a 2-0 lead after 1. We got a takedown against Sean Rendiero of St. Petersburg. Composto of Westfield. Composto now on the bottom in 2nd period where he selected to start.
Sacco underneath to start this second. Hummel riding. Riding out the right side. Perenni has a 4-3 lead in his consolation after one. Bryce Perenni, Phillipsburg up 4-3 after one at 126. Sacco stands. He has an escape. 6-3, Hummel. He has 3 takedowns. Sacco has 3 escapes. Sacco looking for a high crotch. Hummel frees that left leg. He's trying to spin around to Hummel's left. Head out the side, shrugs him. Sacco fights that off. Hummel still spinning. .110 to go here in the second. Front head and arm now by Hummel. Throws Sacco down to his left hip. Still can't get control. Head now out the right side. With under a minute to wrestle here in the second. Bryce Perenni, Phillipsburg's up 5-3, 40 seconds into the second. Wrestlers circle. Diving in on a double as Sacco. Hummel sprawls. Again, Hummel head out the left side of Sacco, trying to spin around with under 30 seconds to go here in the second. And Hummel tries to drive through it. Sacco blocks him off. They're at the edge of the mat across the way. Stalemate's called. And we'll go back to the center neutral. It's 6-3, Hummel of Roselle Park.
After 2, CJ Composto up 3-0 over Sean Rendiero.
After 2, Hummel of Roselle Park leading 6-3 over Nick Sacco of Bridgewater.
CJ Composto just got a pair of back points, so he's now up 5-0. Composto of Westfield riding in the third period over Sean Rendiero of St. Petersburg.
There's an escape, and it's now 7-3, Hummel. Bryce Perenni in the third, leading his consolation 5-3. So Hummel with 3 takedowns and an escape for his 7. Sacco has 3 escapes. Perenni's lead is now 5-4 as he gives up an escape. Nice duck under by Hummel. He is behind Sacco. Has to get a hand to the mat and get control. Still trying to drop him down to his left hip. There is a takedown for Reinhardt of Voorhees, who now leads Perenni. Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg 6-5 with 1:10 to go. Hummel still trying to finish this takedown attempt. Perenni has an escape. He's 6-6, and there's a minute to wrestle in his consolation. Hummel with 40 seconds to go here, still trying to get control. Off they go, no advantage, 33 seconds to go in the bout. Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg is wrestling Hunter Reinhardt of Voorhees in his consolation. There's an escape, and that was a takedown awarded at the edge to give Hummel the lead 9-3, gives up an escape 9-4 with under 30 seconds to go in the bout.
Result. 126 pounds.
Hummel spins around for a takedown to go up 11-4. And that'll be the final. It'll be 11-4 for Hummel of Roselle Park. Let's switch to the Perenni match, who's 6-6. He's going to go overtime. So 11-4 for Hummel.
The other semifinal at 126, it was CJ Composto winning 5-2. Composto, the 2 seed of Westfield, over Sean Rendiero of St. Peter's, the 3 seed.
So Composto and Hummel, the 1 and 2 in the finals at 126. And Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg in overtime. Sudden victory. He's in the predominantly garnet singlet. In the gold, garnet and gold, is Reinhardt of Voorhees. As they move back towards the center, 20 seconds to go. Diving in on a leg is Reinhardt. Picks that leg up. Perenni trying to reach back, put pressure on the head, and he's able to free that left leg. And they are 5 seconds away from the ride out. And they will go to the ride out in this consolation. Reinhardt is going underneath. This is the only bout being wrestled right now. Again, they hold the weight classes. 30 seconds up on the clock. Reinhardt stands. Perenni trying to get a leg in, and Reinhardt reversed him. Perenni kind of slipped off. Reinhardt reverses. Reinhardt picking up the left leg. Perenni trying to sprawl. Perenni is out. So it's 8-7 here in overtime, and then Perenni will be underneath for his 30 seconds. So Perenni has to get out to force sudden victory 2, or ride out 2. Perenni underneath, has 30 seconds to get away. Reinhardt left hand tight waist, trying to get a leg in, and Perenni got out right away. So they'll work takedowns here with 25 seconds to go. This Reinhardt diving in. Takedown would most likely win this bout. Barrel roll by Reinhardt. In trying to get a double. Wizard put in by Perenni at the edge, and Perenni gets off. No advantage, 12 seconds to go. Dave Post telling Perenni to stay low, get low. They battle for hand and wrist control. 5 seconds to go. Reinhardt trying to spin around to Perenni's right, and time expires as Perenni kept a whizzer. Perenni will go down here with a chance to win. He will choose down. He scored first. He's got 30 seconds to get out, and then we'll have to fend him off if he gets out.
Coaching staff telling him to beware that front headlock.
Underhooks the right shoulder. Reinhardt gets legs in. Potentially dangerous at 21 seconds. The winner's still alive. The loser's eliminated. Perenni getting set. Reinhardt left hand tight waist. Gets that left leg in. Perenni trying to stand. Sits back in. Reinhardt tried to check him back. He's got the legs in with 13 seconds to go. So whereas Perenni got away easily the second time, Reinhardt was able to get the legs in, and he's going to win this ride out. 9-8 in the ride out 2. So Reinhardt of Voorhees will advance. Eliminating Phillipsburg's Bryce Perenni. 132 pounds. We'll be watching Phillipsburg's Travis Jones, the 2 seed. Jones is a senior, 34-4, facing Xavier Pena of Bound Brook, the 3 seed, the District 15 champ. He is a junior, 23-7. Looking for a throw right away is Jones, trying to step across, and he's got Pena taken down, trying to drive him to his back. 1 count. Jones does have a couple of back points coming. So a quick takedown, he just muscled him, and then we'll get 3 back points for Travis Jones. The 5-point play on that throw. He leads 5-0. Bob will be watching the top seed, Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park and Connor Decker of Seton Hall Prep. Jones has clawed the right shoulder, using the legs and trying to tilt Pena to his right, and he's got him on his left. Rather, he has him on his back again. 3 count coming, or 5 count and 3 back points coming for Travis Jones. 1 minute to wrestle here in the first. That is stopped. 3 back points for Jones. And do we have blood time? Or is it injury time? Well, they put 2 back points up on the board. 2 to make it 7-0. And blood time is running for Xavier Pena of Bound Brook.
Under a minute to go here in the first period with Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park in the white and Connor Decker of Seton Hall in the blue. They are scoreless with 35 to go. Action was stopped early on a bit of excessive head tapping between the two. They've been feisty and moving around as Montgomery gets in close in a takedown, and he gets it. Roselle Park's Mark Montgomery goes up 2-0. And riding out with 18 seconds to go with a near wrist and trying to work an underhook.
All right, Pena's okay. Travis Jones is in the predominantly white State Liners singlet, Phillipsburg across the chest. Pena trying to get wrist control and spin around. He stands. Jones standing behind him. Pena trying to reverse. He's got Jones's left leg. Jones picks up on the legs. Pena's trying to hip up. Jones reaches back for the head. Jones maintains control. Drops down on the left leg to a double. Jones drops Pena to his right hip. Trying to break him down to maintain control with under 30 seconds to wrestle in the first. He has Jones's left foot. And that's going to be stalemated with 19 seconds to wrestle in the first. Jones with a takedown, 5 back points for, or correct, he's up 9. Nothing. There may have been, at the end of that previous skirmish before the blood time, there may have been a penalty point, and I think he did get 3 back points and not 2, although he only put up 7 on the board at that time. So Jones is on top 9-0 as the first period comes to an end.
Mark Montgomery up 5-0 in the second period. Montgomery of Roselle Park over Connor Decker of Seton Hall.
Travis Jones underneath to start the second. Travis Jones with 104 career wins. He's a defending regional champion. District runner-up to Montgomery this year. Jones is no longer ranked, according to NJ.com. Jones trying to stand. Now turns in, drops him down to his left hip, goes to cross-face Pena. And there's a reversal for Jones. He's up 11-0 here in the second. Trying to join Logan Matsko here in the finals. Jones again with the claw on the right shoulder and using the legs to turn Pena to his left. 1 count, 2. 2 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back coming for Jones. Back points awarded. Jones is up 14-0. Jones going to try and turn him one more time and get the technical fall. Now he wants a cradle. Thought about that as he tried to get his head in the side. Goes to that claw again with the legs. And trying to turn him to his right. Now he wants the cradle. Head in the side. Lost control with the head. Reaches for a 2-on-1. There's a stalling call on Pena underneath. First warning. Under 10 seconds to go. And Travis Jones is going to be on top 14-0 after 2.
Mark Montgomery on the bottom for period 3. He's up 5-0 over Connor Decker of Seton Hall.
Pena chooses neutral. Jones to take down to try to finish it. In on the right leg. Dumps Pena down to his right hip. And there's the takedown, and it is over. 16-0 for Travis Jones in 4:08. Travis Jones in the finals and heading to Atlantic City again.
Roselle Park's Mark Montgomery now leading 6-0. We are in the third period with a minute and a half to go as they wrestled neutral. Connor Decker of Seton Hall Prep chose top to start the third period, and Montgomery got out relatively early. Montgomery, the top seed from Roselle Park, 31-2, a senior. Decker, the 5 seed from Seton Hall, 23-7, a sophomore. So we now have 34 seconds to go. Montgomery beat Travis Jones a week ago in the district finals for District 13. So Montgomery content to to dance around on his feet here with the lead as he comes in on the right leg with just 14 seconds to go, and now they're back up. There was one stalling warning on Connor Decker that came in the second period. Now 5 seconds to go. Montgomery in on the leg and looking to score a takedown, which he does at the end of regulation. So 8-0 final. Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park advancing to the finals against Travis Jones at 132.
And that'll be a rematch from last week's district finals. Montgomery, the all-time win leader for Roselle Park, and Travis Jones. Roselle Park already with 3 finalists. They lead the way. Phillipsburg has 2. 2 for Westfield, 1 for Brearley, St. Peter's, and Watchung Hills so far. So there'll be a consolation on mat 2.
132-pound semifinal.
And then Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg will be out. And apparently he's going to be right in front of us, because Dave Post has found a chair right to our left. All right, and that consolation is over, so the wrestlers taking their places here at 138. And I know the folks, doesn't matter much to them at home, but I get a chance to sit down for the first time. So Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg, the top seed, will face Cole Carroll of Seton Hall Prep. He is the 5th seed. And in the other half of the bracket is Troy O'Connor of Middlesex and Derek Zalesnik of St. Joe's Metuchen. All right, Kyle Tino of the State Liners in the predominantly white State Liners singlet, Phillipsburg across the chest. Circle each other to the left. Front hand and arm by Tino.
Score 7-4.
So 30 seconds, we have no advantage.
132-pound consolation. Winner by decision.
Tino trying to underhook that left shoulder.
Score
It is Bob, I think track wrestling had a wrong result.
Yeah.
So that's Nick Sorallo of Watchung Hills who's out on the other mat.
Against Troy O'Connor of Middlesex, so.
I don't think I read that wrong, but if I did, I will take responsibility. Tino trying to spin around to the right, then goes for a headlock, and they're off no advantage. We've wrestled 1:04 here at 138. Tino dives in on the left leg. Carroll sprawls. Carroll is the District 16 champion, the 5 seed. And we have some blood on the nose of Cole Carroll of Seton Hall Prep. He's a sophomore, 21-12. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg's a senior. He's the District 13 champ, and he is 29-10. So I had the 7 seed beating the 2 last night. That didn't happen, and it turns out all the 2s did make it. There were no 2s knocked out. My apologies to Nick Sorallo.
I sympathize for the guys who try to organize and keep track of these things. there's a lot going on.
So trying to take care of some blood or perspiration on the mat. Doug Hess is assisting in this match. All right, we're working takedowns again with 35 seconds to go in a scoreless first. Tino taps at the head of Carroll. Dives in the left leg. Carroll sprawls. Carroll reaches for Tino's leg, can't pull it in. Tino trying to set up a throw if he can with 15 seconds to go in the first. Neither one has been close to a takedown. Tino trying to spin around. Carroll blocks him off, and they're off the mat at 6 seconds to go in a scoreless first.
Watchung Hills, Nick Cerullo is up 4-3. Just 30 seconds gone in the first period, but it's been active.
And we have some more blood for Cole Carroll.
We have blood time across the way as well, so there's a lot of that going on.
Phillipsburg advancing James Day and Joe Innamorato in the consolations. Bryce Perenni was eliminated in ride out number 2, losing to Hunter Reinhardt of Voorhees. 6 seconds to go. Here's Kyle Tino in discussion with State Liner head coach Dave Post. Dave in his 9th year has coached 13 region champions. First period scoreless at 1:38. Flip of the disc goes to Tino. He's going to defer. And Carroll will go underneath to start the second. Tino will ride with a right hand tight waist, left elbow. Kyle with 81 career wins as he bars the left arm of Carroll. Takes the right wrist, trying to drive step across with that bar. Still has the wrist, driving the bar. Takes Carroll over to his back, trying to get more weight on the left shoulder with that bar. Now he cups him under the head. Body press by Tino. A lot of time in the fall. 2:28 for Kyle Tino. So Carroll chose bottom in the second, and Tino with an arm bar got the fall in 2:28.
Watchung Hills' Nick Cerullo on the bottom here, leading 4-3. As we wrestle with 43 seconds to go in the second period. Trey O'Connor of Middlesex trying to turn Cerullo. reversals for each wrestler in the first period, as we've got 30 seconds to go here in period 2. Middlesex Cerullo in the brown with gold trim, and O'Connor of Middlesex in the black with the blue M on his back. He's riding high, but trying to get back points here, but nothing doing from the referees, much to the consternation of the coaching staff in the corner. So now 3 seconds to go in the period, and that will end. We'll go to period number 3 with Cerullo indicating that he will, I believe, take top as they work their way back. 4-3, Cerullo in the lead. He's taken down. So O'Connor of Middlesex riding here in the third period as we're back underway. O'Connor is senior, 33-4. He was placed second in District 15 and is the third seeded wrestler. Cerullo seeded number 2 from Watchung Hills. Just a half a minute gone here in period number 3. As Cerullo tries to roll through, and O'Connor follows him. O'Connor riding with a tight waist and right wrist. He needs to turn him, does O'Connor. Cerullo riding flat. O'Connor got a stalling warning in the second period. I do not believe that Cerullo has one. So O'Connor tries to work in a bar on the near arm. Now a minute to go. He's riding mostly parallel, and that's a stalling warning now, and a point for Cerullo. So that'll make it 4-3. Oh, excuse me, that ties it up at 4. Back underway. 4-4 based on that stalling. O'Connor of Middlesex riding with a tight waist, trying to work a lever on the near arm. Tries very hard to roll him over there, but Cerullo staying belly down. Working on the wrist control. He's got the near wrist with the far arm. He tries to scissor the legs.
Been riding this entire period, just hasn't been able to turn him.
Yeah, Cerullo's done well to belly down. And there's another, I think, a stalling warning now. That would have been on Cerullo. So we will go to overtime, tied at 4 between O'Connor and Cerullo. As he gets instructions from the side, Watchung Hills, Cerullo. So they are neutral. So we're underway with a minute in overtime. Locked up as they start to approach our camera position. The first period takedown, I believe, was Cerullo's. He's coming back around behind. They're in a bit of a tangle, but Cerullo trying to get the takedown if he can get his hips up. And it's O'Connor who spins around and does get the takedown. So Troy O'Connor of Middlesex will advance with the takedown in overtime. A 6-4 final for the senior. The 3 seed upsetting the 2 seed Cerullo of Watchung Hills.
That's the first finalist for Middlesex. It's now 3 each for Phillipsburg and Roselle Park. 2 for Westfield, 1 each for Brearley, Middlesex, St. Peter's, and Watchung Hills. Okay, 145. I'll watch the top seed, Rise Royster from Rahway against Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park. And that's going to be right on mat number 3, right in front of us. In the white is Guerrero of Roselle Park, the District 13 champ. He's a senior 30-6. And Rise Royster of Rahway is a District 15 champ in the red and black. He's a senior 30-1.
138-pound semifinal. Winner by decision in overtime.
Backpedal towards the center. Royster was a champ 2 years ago, last year finishing 6th in the region. He's a county tournament, Union County tournament champ. Circling each other to the left. Guerrero in those bright red wrestling shoes. Now they tie up. This is the 145-pound semifinal. If wrestled a minute, we have no advantage. Wrestlers tie up again. 4 mats here for the semifinals. 2 semifinal bouts and 2 in the consolation. Consolation losers are eliminated. They will wrestle out to 5th place today. 1 through 4 will qualify for Atlantic City, and the 5 hopes that something happens that keeps one of the 1 through 4 out of it. Royster dives in on the left leg. Guerrero able to fight that off, and they're off the mat at 15 seconds to wrestle in a scoreless first. Circle each other to the right. Royster reaches for the left leg, can't pull it in. Guerrero tried to snap him down. And we're going to have a scoreless first here at 145.
2-seed Matt Sacco of Bridgewater Mike up 2-0 over Connor Halpin of Cranford. Sacco with a first period takedown as they have just 8 seconds to go in period 1.
Flip of the disc went to Royster. He chooses underneath to start the second. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Royster sits out, turns in, and on the switch he has a reversal. Royster's on top 2-0. Takes the right wrist. Off they go 15 seconds in. Guerrero set. Royster left hand tight waist. Probably could have had a caution there, but no call. Royster throws the right leg in, looking for a spladle. Guerrero frees the leg. Royster taking the right wrist. Has flattened out Guerrero. Guerrero now, he tries to switch. He's going to get 1 on the escape. 2-1. Royster of Rahway over Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park. They're off the mat to our right. Minute 8 to wrestle here in the second. They tie up. Guerrero with a pad on the right knee. Kind of a brace on the left knee of Royster. Circle at the edge. They're going to backpedal to the center and keep wrestling as they were not blown out of bounds. Guerrero trying to take control of the left wrist. Try to work an arm drag or a Russian tie. Dives in and Royster sprawls. 30 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Royster with a second period reversal. Guerrero has an escape. It'll be Guerrero's choice in the third. Royster reaches for the left, now looking for the high crotch. Trying to pick up Guerrero. Guerrero trying to reach back for a wizard. goes to a double leg tackle at the edge. Guerrero trying to get off. Royster trying to pull him back on with the left foot. Dives in at a double and gets the takedown. So Guerrero trying to dive away, ends up giving up the takedown at the second period buzzer, and Royster has a 4-1 lead.
Bridgewater's Matt Sacco, the 2 seed, is riding in the second period. He's up 2-0 over Cranford's Connor Halpin, the 3 seed.
Guerrero's underneath for the third. Cody Harrison's going to be right in front of us on mat 3 in the next bout. Royster trying to reach for a cradle. 2-on-1 now in the right wrist of Guerrero. Guerrero sits. Trying to pry those hands apart. Guerrero sits again. Royster on his knees behind him. Trying to check him back. Royster maintaining control, riding out the right side. 45 seconds gone in the third. Now he bars the right arm. Wraps tight waist around the left side on Guerrero. Guerrero sits. Tries, Royster underhooks the shoulder. And they're off at 54 seconds. Guerrero, hands and knees. Royster right hand tight waist, left elbow. Guerrero sits, spins, and Royster stayed right with him. Now Guerrero's up to a stand, trying to pry those hands apart. Stalling warning on Royster on top as they go off the mat with 43 seconds to wrestle. Guerrero getting set, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Guerrero stands, he's out. It's 4-2, 38 seconds to wrestle. Guerrero has to be the aggressor here. Trailing by 2, under 30 seconds to go in regulation. Stalling warning belongs to Royster. They circle at the edge, we're down to 15 seconds. Royster reaches for the right leg, can't do it. 5 seconds to go as they break apart. And got in on a leg, but time expires. It is 4-2, Royster of Rahway moving into the finals, the top seed at 145.
The other bout at 145, we have 24 seconds to go. Matt Sacco of Bridgewater up 3-0 against Connor Halpin of Cranford. They are neutral on their knees with 15 seconds to go as a stalemate is called. Sacco of Bridgewater in the black uniform, Connor Halpin of Cranford in the blue. Sacco, the 2 seed, the District 14 winner, is senior 32-0. Halpin from Cranford, we saw him early in the year against Phillipsburg. He's a senior 28-7. And the winner is Matt Sacco, 3-0 final. He advances at 145.
And he's Bridgewater's first finalist. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg will be right in front of us here on mat 3, the top seed. Stateliner defending regional champion. He's 33-2, the District 13 titleist, facing Tom Kellner of St. Peter's Prep. He is a senior. Kellner, the 4 seed. He is 26-12. And we'll get set, ready to go right away here at 152. As soon as they give him the official score sheet, as the runner took that to the table right in front of us. Harrison ranked number 2 in the state, according to NJ.com. Kellner wanted a power shrug in on the left leg to a double is Harrison. He's got a takedown and leads 2-0. And we have blood. Cody Harrison, I guess, took a shot to the nose. And it's going to be injury time? Yeah, injury time is rolling for Cody Harrison.
30 seconds gone in the other bout at 152. Seton Hall's Jack Wilt, the 3 seed, and A.J. Bensavenga of Cranford, the 2 seed, a senior 31-4.
Harrison uses 22 seconds of his injury time. Cody right hand tight waist. Kellner stands. Harrison picks him up on the mat return. Takes that right wrist, the high wrist. Harrison, a very punishing rider when he takes that wrist, the high wrist. Looking over at Dave Post for some instruction. Keeps that wrist, trying to keep his weight high in the back. Kellner tries to stand. Harrison keeps that wrist. Riding out the right side. Just to try and pick him up and stack him up, and he drives Kellner over. Got a 1 count, that's all. Oh, he got a 2 count, 2 back points for Harrison. I stand corrected, it's 4-0. Just under a minute to wrestle here in the first. Goes to claw the left shoulder and turn him to his left and rolls him off the mat. Right back to the center at 46 seconds in the first. Kellner getting set. The St. Peter's Prep Marauders. Brian Innes, the head coach, on the mat return. Innes in the chairs to the right. Left hand thigh pry by Harrison. Weight high out the right side. Now he wants to ride out the left. Breaks down Kellner. Trying to turn Kellner. Got to roll on. Now he caught him. Body press by Harrison. He's got 18 seconds to work with. Kellner trying to bridge. Harrison picking up on that left arm and a body press and the fall in a minute 41. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg advancing to the final. He's going to Atlantic City again. State place winner a year ago. Phillipsburg with 4 out of 4 so far, with a 5th to come. Austin Roth coming up at 195.
Plus the way at 152, it is A.J. Bensavenga of Cranford. He is trailing 5-4, but just scores a takedown at the edge to now go up 6-5. They are in the second period, just underway. Jack Wilt of Seton Hall scored a takedown late to tie it at 4. As Bensavenga lets Wilt up. He's been doing that. That's the 4th time he has cut him. So showing a lot of confidence here as they're at 6-6. And stalling warning on Wilt of Seton Hall as they're near the edge. And they go off. 1:22 to go. 6-6.
Mike Moore along with Bob Kerp. Jake Kosa, Dylan Renner handling the camera work here. Matt Side in the Region 4 semifinals.
3 takedowns for Bensavenga of Cranford. He's in the royal blue. And 1 takedown and a mess of escapes here for Jack Wilt of Seton Hall. He is in the darker blue with the white S around the back as Bensavenga draped over with a tight waist. And Wilt tries to come out through the back. Stack up Bensavenga. Reaching around behind him and tries to turn around. So Bensavenga letting Wilt up, and now Wilt trying to come around the backside for the takedown, and he gets it. So Jack Wilt of Seton Hall, he goes up 8-6 with 38 seconds to go in the second period. Wilt, a sophomore, 28-7. He's the 3 seed, a District 16 champion. Bensavenga of Cranford is senior, 31-4, the 2 seed. Wilt draping over the back with a leg locked. 17 seconds to go in the second period. Arm around the far arm of Bensavenga. 7 seconds to go now. Wilt draping over. gets Bencivenga back flat to the mat, and that ends the second period. 8-6 lead for Seton Hall's Jack Wilt. Bencivenga has choice, and he's going to choose neutral.
They are both county tournament champions, Bob. Bencivenga of Union County and Wilt of Essex County.
So they go neutral here. 3 takedowns for Bencivenga to date, with 1 for Wilt. He got that in the second period. Bencivenga had a nifty fireman's carry in the first period for his second takedown, as Wilt tries to come around with an overhook. And they go back to facing each other, both on their knees. Bencivenga up now, Wilt. Bencivenga underhooked. Tries to duck under again. Now coming around the backside, trying to horse around behind Wilt. They're back facing each other again with 1:20 to go. And they're apart. Wilt tries to dive in on the edge there. They go off. So 1:13 to go. 8-6 lead for Jack Wilt of Seton Hall, having come from behind 4-1. So Bencivenga needs to be the aggressor here with 1:07. Dives in and fought off by Wilt. Bencivenga ducking under again and is stalling point now. This goes to Bencivenga, so that makes it 8-7. As Wilt got a warning in the second period. Wilt trapping an angle. Bencivenga trying to come around the backside. 45 seconds to go. Wilt hanging on that ankle. Now trying to come around and stack up Bencivenga. And Wilt comes around the backside. So Wilt up now 10-7. His second takedown. Make that his third. Bencivenga now tries to come out the backside. 10-7 with 19 seconds to go. Bencivenga draped over top of Wilt. Wilt in control, clamped around the leg, and a stalemate is called with 11 seconds to go. So 3 takedowns for Bencivenga, 3 for Wilt. Bencivenga had the early lead. Wilt has had the better of it since then. Up 10-7 and riding is Seton Hall Prep's Wilt. As Bencivenga tries to reach behind and comes to his feet with 5 seconds to go. Draping back over. And Wilt just hanging on the ankle. And Wilt, Jack Wilt of Seton Hall Prep, your winner, 10-7 at 152 to advance to face Cody Harrison.
160-pound semifinal.
And for Seton Hall Prep, that is their first finalist, Harrison and Wilt at 152. All right, we will be watching the mat right in front of us. This will be Joe D'Elia of New Providence, the District 13 champion, against Frank Medina of Watchung Hills. He's in the brown with gold, the WH on his left hip. New Providence, D'Elia in the green. He's the top seed. Medina's the 4. D'Elia's a senior, 34-3. Medina's a senior, 32-4. And Bob will be watching Alex Dorse of Linden, Jacob Vega of Carteret. Medina in on the left leg behind the knee. Now trying to spin around to the right is D'Elia. And it's blocked off by Medina. Again, D'Elia trying to spin around to the right. And referee Doug Hess says you are off the mat, no advantage. He wrestled 41 seconds.
Linden's Alex Dorse scored a first period takedown to go up 2-zip.
In on a leg. D'Elia draped over top. As Medina has that leg. Trying to work a throw, and D'Elia ends up with the takedown. D'Elia has the takedown, and the New Providence senior has a 2-0 lead with 40 seconds to wrestle in the first. D'Elia weight high on the back of Medina. These are two district champs. D'Elia of 13, Medina of 15. D'Elia has the left arm barred, reaching for the right wrist. He's out the right side with the left arm barred. Has a leg in. Now he wants to get over to the left side with that bar. And the right wrist, and he lost the bar. D'Elia rides out the first.
Alex Dorse of Linden up 2-1 over Jacob Vega of Carteret with 30 seconds to go in period number 1.
Medina defers. D'Elia will take underneath to start the second. Medina takes a 2-on-1 on the left wrist of D'Elia. Now trying to ride that high wrist, controlling the left wrist. D'Elia frees the wrist, trying to fight to his base. Reaches inside for that left wrist again. D'Elia trying to stand. D'Elia stands, brought back down by Medina. Medina barring the left arm, trying to take the right wrist. 40 seconds gone here in the second. Still has that left arm barred. Reinforcing the bar at the wrist and the elbow, and it stopped. Injury time is rolling for the shoulder of Joe D'Elia. He's holding the left shoulder. Going to go out and get some of the training staff to take a look at him here in the 160-pound semifinal. D'Elia finished 5th in the region last year when he was 30-5. He is a county tournament champion, as is Medina. Medina from Somerset County and D'Elia from Union County. Right, D'Elia's okay after the injury time. Takes the left wrist on D'Elia. Medina has the left leg in, trapping D'Elia's left leg. Got up a little high. D'Elia stands. Medina drops down to his left leg. Two hands behind the left knee, and D'Elia is able to get free, spin around behind for a reversal, and D'Elia leads 4-0. D'Elia reaching across, looking for a cross-face cradle. Gives up on that. Now trying to claw the left shoulder. Reaching across for that left shoulder. D'Elia keeping that ride tight up high with 10 seconds to go here in the second. And D'Elia will ride it out. He's ahead 4-0 after 2.
Carteret's Jacob Vega up 4-2 in the second period with a minute to go over Alex Dorse of Linden.
Medina taking neutral in the third as he gets in on D'Elia's right leg. D'Elia and Vega trying to set up a rematch of the District 13 final from last Saturday. D'Elia's near a takedown here, and he has it. D'Elia has a takedown. He's now up 6-0 as he countered the takedown shot by Medina of Watchung Hills. And D'Elia put a very strong ride after the first period takedown and after the second period reversal on Frank Medina. And Doug Hess is going to warn D'Elia for stalling on top. First warning comes with 1:17 to go in the bout. Medina tries to stand again. D'Elia maintaining control. Left hand thigh pry. Reaching for a cradle. Now takes the left wrist. Medina in a sitting position. D'Elia rolls him back to his belly. Takes the left wrist. 40 seconds to go in the bout. That D'Elia leads 6-0. Again, tries to check him back. Got a little over aggressive there, and Medina has reversed. 6-2. 20 seconds to go in the bout. Trying to cradle. Wants to try and turn D'Elia to his left. D'Elia breaks out of that cradle attempt. 10 seconds to go. D'Elia to his knees. Joe D'Elia of New Providence. He'll be in the finals, the top seed at 160, a 6-2 decision over Frank Medina of Watchung Hills.
Jacob Vega of Carteret with a 4-3 lead. Minute and a half to go in the third period. They are wrestling neutral against Alex Dorse of Linden. Vega in the blue for Carteret. Dorse in the gray and orange for Linden. Dorse was on the chose bottom to start the period, got an escape fairly quickly as they go off. Dorse had a takedown in the first period, as did Vega. There has been one stalling warning against Dorse, none against Vega. Twice Vega got in deep on a single against Dorse, had his leg up in the air, could not finish it. As he goes in again, now trying to come out the backside with Dorse draped over back of Vega. With a minute to go. Dorse now draped over top of Vega. Locked underneath. Vega trying to come around the backside, and he does. So Jacob Vega now going up 6-3. The Carteret Junior 36-2. Dorse of Linden, a senior, 37-2. Dorse, the District 16 champ. Carteret finished second in District 13. As Dorse comes to his feet again, Vega following behind with 20 seconds to go.
That's going to be a District, looks like, Bob, with 18 seconds to go. It'll be another District 13 rematch. We have one at 132.
So sorry, Mike, this is injury time for Dorse. This is the second time. This time he was kind of indicating an elbow. Earlier he had injury time in the second period for his knee. Vega had a little bit of injury time for his ankle at the start of this period. So Vega up 6-3. As Dorse back to his feet and whipping that arm around a bit. He did as well fighting off having his leg in the air and fighting off the takedown as well as anybody I've seen this year, did Dorse. As he goes underneath. Vega getting the late takedown. Vega up 6-3, 18 seconds to go. Dorse comes to his feet and faces Vega. Like the leg up in the air. This is the third time, and now Vega's kind of running out of time here. Dorse's rather. Vega follows behind. 6 seconds to go. Dorse tries to come to his base. Vega staying behind. And Jacob Vega of Carteret, the winner, 6-3 over Alex Dorse of Linden. Vega advancing at 160 pounds.
And that's our second District 13 rematch. We'll have one between Travis Jones of Phillipsburg and Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park. And we'll go to 170. Still have a consolation being wrestled at 160. That is McNeil of Bound Brook, Jaman McNeil of Bound Brook, wrestling McRae Kellifac of Plainfield. And now I guess they're not going to hold him anymore. Okay, because that one is over. And that winner is Plainfield's Kellifac. 4-2. And he will face Doris of Linden. All right, at 170, I'll be watching James Cruz of St. Peter's Prep and Mike Massa of Seton Hall Prep, and that'll be right here. St. Peter's in the gray and maroon, and Seton Hall is in the blue with SHP on the chest. James Cruz is the top seed. A senior, he is 33-4. Facing Mike Massa of Seton Hall Prep, the 4 seed. They met in the finals of District 16 last week. That was won by Cruz. Massa is a junior. He's 25-6. Wrestled 30 seconds, no advantage. 170 pounds. And in on a takedown is Massa. Leads Cruz 2-0. He cuts Cruz, and it's 2-1. Cruz with a pad in the right knee. They're off at 1:08. Back to the center.
Vince Manilano of Watchung up 2-0 over Mike Winchock of Bridgewater in the other bout at 170.
Seton Hall and St. Peter's battled for the District 16 title, with St. Peter's edging Seton Hall Prep. Circle to the right. .40 seconds to go here in the first, with Massa of Seton Hall Prep in the blue on top of Cruz of St. Peter's Prep in the gray. Whizzer put in by Massa. Cruz trying to slip that whizzer with 20 seconds to go. That wants to hook a leg. Still no advantage here. And they're off the mat at 13 seconds. Seton Hall Prep and St. Peter's Prep each have one finalist so far. Remember, the top 4 advance. Cruz beat Massa on the whistle with a barrel roll and got a takedown. Cruz goes on top 3-2. Underhooks the right shoulder on Massa. And Cruz able to save that escape point at the end of the first. He leads 3-2 after 1. He just beat Massa off the whistle with that barrel roll. Massa will choose underneath to start the second. Cruz is ranked 5th in the state, according to NJ.com. So region runner-up a year ago. Reaches back with a left-hand thigh pry in the whistle. That's Marauders down the left side. Trying to work that thigh pry. Massa trying to get hand control. Cruz tries to slip the left leg in. Drops Massa down to his left hip, trying to work a power half. Massa frees that, kicks out the left leg. Cruz looking for a near leg and forearm tilt. Controlling that at the left elbow, reinforcing that bar. Lifts, tries to work a lever trying to stick that up over his head. There, he gets the arm up over his head, and it stopped. Potentially dangerous with 54 seconds to go in the second. Massa will get set. He's got the green band. Cruz with the red. Left hand tight waist. Cruz trying to underhook the right shoulder. Massa trying to get hand control, wrist control. Sit back into Cruz. Gets to his base. Cruz trying to claw the left shoulder. Massa again trying to get control of that left hand. Cruz maintaining control as Massa rolls. Stalling call on Cruz. Stalling warning on top with 19 seconds to wrestle in the second. Massa getting set. We're at Lou Rattino Gymnasium on the campus of Union High School in Union, New Jersey for the Region 4 semifinals. A roll by Massa. Cruz has a half Nelson in from the right side. So Massa took down in the second, and Cruz will ride him out. He leads 3-2 after 2. Cruz's choice. He's going down.
Watchung Hill's Vince Italiano with a 4-3 lead over Mike Winchok as they start the third period. Italiano having chosen down.
Massa right hand tight waist. Cruz stands right away. He's out in 1 second. Cruz leads 4-2. Working takedowns. Cruz is in on the left leg of Massa. Massa draped over top. 2 hands around the left foot of Cruz. Trying to flatten him out. Stalemate's called at a minute 40 to go in the bout. Circle each other to the left. In on the left leg is Cruz. Trying to drop him down to his left hip. Looking for a spladle is Massa. Cruz keeps that head inside, which would make it difficult to spladle, and a stalemate's called at a minute 13 to go. Circle each other to the left. Four to 2 lead for Cruz.
170 pounds consolation. Winner by pin.
Circle at the left.
Brander Borghi.
Cruz got in on the left leg looking for a double. Cruz keeps the left leg. Now traps the right leg and has the takedown. Cruz leads 6-2. So Massa got the initial takedown, but Cruz has scored 6 unanswered and leads 6-2 with under 30 seconds to wrestle in the third. Has the legs in, looking for a power half, wants to turn Massa. Trying to turn him to his right. 10 seconds to go in the bout. James Cruz will make his second trip to Atlantic City in as many years. 6-2 in the semifinal over Mike Massa of Seton Hall Prep.
And Vince Italiano of Watchung scores a first period takedown and hangs on to win 5-3 over Mike Winchok of Bridgewater. Italiano the 3 seed to advance at 170 pounds.
182. I'll be watching John Poznansky of Colonia. He is the top seed. Still have a One consolation underway on mat number 2.
If you have that,
That is Cranford
bring it up to the head table
in that consolation. Cranford and Plainfield, I believe.
883.
Yep, Cranford and Plainfield.
80. Bring that winning ticket up to the head table and collect your $120.
So St. Peter's and that was Watchung, the other winner. Watchung, second finalist.
After that, there'll be a
Through 170, Phillipsburg has 4, Roselle Park has 3, 2 each for St. Peter's, Watchung Hills, and Westfield. 1 each for Brearley, Bridgewater, Carteret, Middlesex Dunellen, New Providence, Rawway, and Seton Hall Prep.
result, 170 pounds semifinal.
In the 182 consolations, Phillipsburg Jake Wicks will be out. He is wrestling
Score, 6-2.
All-Paul McLean of
Result,
Cranford.
70 pounds.
That 170 final, Mike, against, or semifinal, excuse me, against Vince Metelliano of Watchung Hills and Mike Winchock of Bridgewater was hard fought. Metelliano got the 5-3 win, but Winchock was in on a takedown and nearly got it at the end of regulation. But Metelliano held on for the 5-3 win.
We're going to be right in front of us, Dylan, for the Colonia and Linden here at 182. Mike Afalabi of Linden is the District 16 champ. He's got Linden down the left side. He is a senior, 36-3, and in the blue is John Poznansky of Colonia, C wrestling on the chest. He's a junior, 33-1. Poznansky is ranked second in the state, according to NJ.com. He is a defending regional champion. Poznansky trying to get in on the right leg. Snap, spins, he's in on the left leg. Picks that leg up. High, trips, and lost control of Afalabi. As they come back to the center. In on the leg. Picking up the right leg is Poznansky. To a double. And he has the takedown. Poznansky on top, 2-0. They go off to our right, 38 seconds in. Afalabi the 4 seed, Poznansky the 1.
Winner by decision, Cranford.
Poznansky riding.
Score, 10-3.
Poznansky reaching for the left wrist. Bars that left arm. Then 1.5. Now he takes the right wrist, and he has that arm. He's got the high wrist. Maintains control of that. Up on his toes, trying to run with that wrist. 40 seconds to go here in the first. Poznansky out the left side, keeping control of that wrist. Up on his toes to try and drive Afalabi to his right. It stopped potentially dangerous with 21 seconds to wrestle in the first. Afalabi gets set. Afalabi, one of 2 Linden semifinalists. That is a caution on Afalabi. Right hand tight waist, left elbow for Poznansky. Breaks down Afalabi. Final 10 seconds here of the first. Poznanski able to ride out after that takedown. Afolabi stands, and the period expires with Afolabi trailing Poznanski 2-0 after 1.
They're scoreless across the way in the other bout at 182, with Brett McMath of Bridgewater choosing down to start the second period and being close to getting an escape against Tim Miller of Westfield, the 3 seed.
In his consolation, Phillipsburg's Jake Wicks out in 15 seconds in the second, and he leads 1-0. Poznanski, after giving up an escape, got in on the right leg, now looking for a double. Jake Wicks, I think, just picking up a penalty point for an illegal hold. And in some pain with his right elbow. Yes, the time is coming off Jake's opponent. Poznanski got in on a barrel roll after a stalling warning on Afolabi, and a takedown for Poznanski, and he leads 4-1. Jake Wicks wrestling Justin Paul McLean of Cranford. And he did pick up a penalty point for an illegal hold, and is getting his left elbow attended to. And the injury clock, the time is rolling. This is on Paul McLean. Poznanski's riding here, 45 seconds in the second and leading 4-1. Again, trying to bar the left arm.
Mat number 1. On deck, mat number 3.
Looking for a cross-face cradle, and Poznanski may have a cross-face cradle. Reaching behind the right knee, trying to take that right elbow back to the knee, and unable to lock that up. Stalling called on Afolabi, and a point for Poznanski. It is 5-1 for the Colonia Junior, the top seed. Final 5 seconds here of the second. After 2, Poznanski on top, 5-1.
Bridgewater's Brett McMath, the 2 seed, with a 1-0 lead in the third period over Tim Miller of Westfield.
Poznanski underneath in the third period, ahead 5-1. And then Afolabi got out in front of him trying to work a front head and arm. The recovery time has expired. Jake Wicks does not continue. He will win this by injury default. Poznanski has an escape, and he leads 6-1. Wicks will get the win. Jake Wicks, the winner. Afolabi tried to roll Poznanski. Poznanski get in on a double, trying to drop him down to his hip at the edge, and then we'll go off neutral.
Tim Miller of Westfield has rallied in the third period with an escape and a takedown. He's now up 3-1 over Brett McMath.
Afolabi has to be the aggressor here. Barrel roll by Poznanski for a takedown. Poznanski's third takedown, and he leads Afolabi 8-1. We have 1 minute to wrestle. Jake Wicks of Phillipsburg has advanced. Whether he is able to wrestle again remains to be seen. Poznanski takes the high left wrist, reaching for the right. And a stalemate or stall? Do we have stalling on top? With 43 seconds to go. Afolabi will still be underneath. I think that was a stalling call on Poznanski on top. Afolabi tried to crawl away in the whistle. He stands, he's out. It's 8-2, Poznanski. 30 seconds to go. Afolabi got a little out of control there in the shot. Poznanski has his left leg. Trying to pull that through. Poznanski around the knee, has his hands locked behind that, and a stalemate's called with 14 seconds remaining.
Westfield's Tim Miller, a 3-2 winner over Brett McMath of Bridgewater. Miller rallied with that escape and takedown in the third period to win it.
Westfield's third finalist. There's a takedown for Afolabi. It is 8-4, and that'll be the final for John Poznanski, the top seed from Colonia. 8-4 over Michael Afolabi of Linden. Poznanski and Miller, the finalists at 182. $195, I'll be watching Phillipsburg's Austin Roth. We do have a consolation still going on at 182.
John Poznanski, Colonia. Score.
So I'll be watching Austin Roth wherever he comes out.
Result, 182 pounds.
The other bout at 195 will be John Duza of Watchung, the 13 seed, the lowest seed competing here in the finals, and Sebastian Iakachevich of A.J. Johnson. He's a senior and the number 1 seed.
Winner by injury equal, Jacob Wicks.
The way they have this organized here, Mike, with the four mats, they're able to keep everyone who doesn't belong off of there with snow fence. I don't know that I've seen that in our gym before, but it's very effective.
They use snow fence at West Orange for the regionals.
I wish they had it in the junior high districts about 10 years ago. Just saying. It was at Parkland's Gymnasium. I don't know, they had 8 mats running, and there were people everywhere.
They've got 58 seconds to go in the third in that one. Let's recap the finalists for you. Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg and Nico Colello of Watchung Hills at 106. Patrick Phillips of Brearley. Gabe Leo of Roselle Park at 113. Luke Hurley of Westfield. Patrick Adams of St. Peter's Prep at 120. Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park. CJ Composto of Westfield at 126. Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park. Travis Jones of Phillipsburg at 132. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg. And Troy O'Connor of Middlesex Dunellen at 138. Rise Royster of Rahway. And Matt Sacco of Bridgewater Raritan at 145. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg. Jack Wilt of Seton Hall Prep at 152. Joe D'Elia of New Providence. And Jacob Vega of Carteret at 160. James Cruz of St. Peter's Prep. And Vince Mataliano of Watchung Hills at 170. 182, John Poznanski of Colonia. And Tim Miller of Westfield.
An ear pod, if anyone is missing a right ear air pod, come and claim it at the head table.
Public address announcers, a right ear pod. Our guys, nope, we're good. Our guys are good, we're good. No surprise to a lot of people, but that would be the first time I had one of those in if that was the case.
Yeah.
So we got some injury or blood time. Blood time rolling. Phillipsburg advancing through the consolations. They advanced James Day at 113, Joe Inamorado at 120, and Jake Wicks advancing at 182. Still to come, Cody Krutz will be up at 285. Got all the 195-pounders warming up behind us. They come in from just to our left into and down the middle here of Lou Rotino Gymnasium for the 4 mats. Immediately after this round is finished, they'll wrestle the next round of consolations on 4 mats. And there will be 2 consolation bouts in each weight class. And I'm going to have to catch up with somebody who has a lot of results or find them online. This last consolation bout at 182 is Merlino of Seton Hall Prep and Braun from Brearley. 30 seconds to go, and it's in sudden victory 1, I believe. And that'd be the case because if they started with more than 30 seconds at the time, so that's in Southern Victory 1. Brearley is in the dark blue with Brearley across the chest. Seton Hall Prep is in the lighter blue. And the Region 4 tournament here on the Stateliner Sports Network is a service of Rothman Orthopedics, proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit rothmanortho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. And by Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan and visit us at urcocu.com. I believe they have stopped the blood flow and trying to maybe wipe off a little blood from Braun. Doug Hess, the referee for this one. Merlino adjusting the ankle band. All right, we're back to it with 27 seconds to go. This is in sudden victory. Braun in the dark blue. Merlino got behind him in the lighter blue for Seton Hall Prep, and he has the win as the 195ers come running out.
Number 195-pound semifinal. Sebastian Yakushevich.
Phillipsburg's Austin Roth will be on mat 3 right in front of us, facing the 3 seed in the orange and black of Somerville, Andrew Diodato. Diodato, a senior, 27-6. Roth is a senior, 31-5. Roth decision Diodato in the finals last week. Got a first period takedown and got a pair of back points in the third period. Roth with the predominantly white Phillipsburg singlet and Phillipsburg across the chest. Set to go here at 195.
At the conclusion of this round, we will have a
Roth in on the right leg to a double. Pressure on the head by Diodato. Roth finishes that double. He has a takedown. Stateliner senior on top 2-0. Gets the leg in. Trying to take Diodato off his feet. He's on all fours. Stalemate is called. Somerville coached by Andrew Flanagan, an outstanding wrestler at Bound Brook. Roth hooks the leg. Wants that near leg and far arm tilt. Diodato stands. Roth has both hand and a wrist. Stalling is called on Roth, and he will cut him. First warning, and on the escape, it's 2-1. Roth bidding to become Phillipsburg's 5th finalist. They are 4 for 4 on the morning. Working takedowns again. Just under a minute to wrestle in the first. Roth was able to go to a leg and get a takedown in the first minute. Roth in on a leg right in front of our Stateliner Sports camera. Trying to finish at the edge, and he will go off. No advantage. Austin with 64 career wins. He was 5th in the region a year ago. He's ranked 3rd in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com in the area. Austin alternating between 182 and 195, although he did predominantly most of his wrestling at 195. Pretty good 195-pounder on his feet. Wrestler's circle. Roth hops up and down on his feet, taps the mat. And we'll end the first period with Austin Roth and Phillipsburg on top, 2-1. Flip of the disc goes to Diodato, and he'll take underneath.
Across the way, it's a scoreless first period between Sebastian Iakuchevich and John Duza.
Roth trying to lock up a cradle. Has a cradle locked up. Now lost it. Now locks the hands again. Behind the left knee. Has that cross-face cradle. Throws a leg in. And trying to turn Diodato with the cross-face right to left to take him over. Takes him over. 1 count. Looking in. Roth has him deep in a cradle. And a fall. Cross-face cradle in 2:31 for Austin Roth. And Phillipsburg goes 5 for 5 in the semifinals. Cross-face cradle in 2:31 for Austin Roth. He uses that length of his very effectively.
Wrestling over the second period, Sebastian Iakuchevich